Welcome, everybody, to Cup with Gup on this Tuesday, October 12th. Hopefully, you are having a beautiful evening. We're hunkering down for round 2 of more severe weather tonight. Not supposed to be as bad as Sunday night, hopefully. But got college football tonight. That's going to be awesome. Playoff baseball going on right now and this evening. Dodgers, Giants, a good game yesterday, so that'll be fun. Love having some Tuesday midweek college football, some of my favorite. Right now, you can join us. Green 25 gets you 25% off. Went ahead and extended that for a little bit longer this week. It includes a 7-day risk-free trial. Great time to join. We are on fire on many sports, all sports. It's been a good little run. We're going to try to keep it going this week with starting tonight with some college football. Then we got NFL. We got PGA. NASCAR, UFC this weekend. NBA right around the corner. Good stuff coming. A lot of new faces in the Warrior Room as well, so that's been good to see. Come join us. 25% off. Use code GREEN25. I have a listener league for NFL. A lot of people asked about it last week, so let's see if we can fill this up. And I got one for CJ Cup. A lot of big names up in the field. Figured we could probably fill a small one. So both of those are in the or in the audio link. If you'd like to join, please do. 3 max on both of them. So get in now so we can continue doing the NFL one. And I'll do golf just when, big events that I think people have a lot of interest in until we get going full on in January. We'll have it every week again. I will announce the winners of the Millie tickets at the end of the podcast, so stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a comment. Tell me who your favorite play is in the 10K. That is how you get in some of these comment drawings. And then when we do big drawings, I look at who subscribed to us on YouTube and then who has given us a rate and review on iTunes. If you haven't done it or can't remember when the last time you do it, go do that real quick. It helps us out a lot. When we do some big drawings coming up or big giveaways, I go to that first. Monkey Knife Fight, been on fire with those picks. Hit my last 4 slates. Use the code GUPS, G-U-P-S, for 100% match up to $100. I'll have my PGA plays on tomorrow's pod, then NFL and college on Thursday pod. And then I'll have on the Thursday Cup with Gup, I'll have the Thursday night plays. And on Coin Flip, I'll have college and NFL Sunday plays. Underdog. Time is running out to get into the mid-season resurrection best ball tourney. 100,000 up for grabs. 20K to first. Starts this week. It's 84% full when I went and checked before getting on the pod. Use the code GUP. Get a free $10 when you deposit $10. That link is also in the audio description if you need it. They also have college football player pick parlays you can do now as well. I saw that. Monkey Knife Fight has college football as well. So that's growing, which is great for us because I think we have some of the best content in the industry. Power rankings for me this week. Pretty good shift, mix up this week. The Chiefs were my hardest one to grade. Defense is just horrible, but they're still, anytime you got Mahomes, they're still going to be dangerous. Vegas is still going to respect them a little bit, but they got some work to do, no doubt. Number 1, the Bucks, just edging out the Bills. That would be a heck of a game on a neutral field right now, but Brady's looking good. You could argue there's 3 or 4 people that you could argue MVP seasons for right now, and he's one of them. The other one is Josh Allen. I think he is. Kyler's looking good. Barely take the Bucks just there, mainly because of Brady's done it. Allen hasn't yet, but both teams are. And I think the Bucks, if they as they get healthier on defense, especially, they'll be even tougher as the season goes along. But the Bills are playing great. I can't deny that as well. Rams 3rd for me, just behind those 2. Barely, I like both of them, or I like them just as well, but just a slight down, just slightly behind those 2. Big win at the Chiefs or against the Patriots, of course, but just overall, I think if they can continue running the ball well so they can take some pressure off, especially when we get into the winter, playoff football, they're going to need to run the ball. I think Henderson does a good job. all these teams are close right there. And then the Cardinals are fourth for me. They're still undefeated. You try to find, like, you don't want to believe it type deal, I guess, maybe. I'm a big Kyler fan, obviously, but, man, they keep playing well. That was a big win last week, 17-10. They play at the Browns this week. I think that'll tell us some stuff. Cleveland's good. Lost a heartbreaker to the Chargers on the road, but they get back home. If they can go up to Cleveland and get a win there, they're going to be one to look out for. Dallas, really like Dallas. I'm trying to, not get too excited because, as I've been a lifetime fan, I got the early Super Bowls when I was young. And then, for 20-something years, it's been nothing but, disappointment. I think we had like one playoff win in that time or something. But they do look good. And that defense, man, Diggs and Parson, and they just look good. And that's the biggest thing that gives me, confidence is that the defense is playing at such a high level. Cleveland right behind them. I'm not going to downgrade them too much. It's a tough game on the road, lose at the last minute. Neutral field, I think I would still have them just a hair better than the Chargers. So I got Chargers at 7. I have the Chiefs at 8. I'm interested to see where other people in the industry that I respect on power rankings what they did with Kansas City. But I'm gonna leave them at 8 for now. Packers 9. They're actually tied in the value side, but I went with Kansas City just slightly ahead of Green Bay. Green Bay doesn't have that great of a defense either, especially if Alexander is out. Ravens 10 for me. I could argue any one of those three right there, kind of in mixed match order. We'll learn more about those teams in the next couple of weeks as well. Bubble teams for me were the Titans and the Bengals to round it out. Waiver wire adds. I think Darrell Williams, that's pretty obvious. Rondell Moore is still not owned a lot. I mean, this kid's special. How I've hyped him up forever, but he's going to continue to get more involved. I think he's going to be a long, especially if you're in like a dynasty league where you can keep guys. If you can get him cheap or something, I like him. Tim Patrick's still available quite a bit. He should continue to get good targets. And now that it looks like Bridgewater didn't even miss, so definitely like him more. Dan Arnold. He got a lot of touches or a lot of looks at Jacksonville last week. Could be a good tight end if you're streaming one or if you got one hurt or something. Kadarius Toney, I would add. I don't think we hadn't heard anything about suspension yet. That's the only thing that would worry me. But I talked about him as well. I loved him in the preseason. He had a monster game going until he got kicked out. Geno Smith, he got upside. He ran a little bit last week. He could be a streaming option, but he's going to be, at least 3 weeks, could be longer as a quarterback there. Their defense is not good at all. Carson may be hurt. So he could be throwing a lot plus running. So with the weapons he has, he's not the worst pick to look at. Devontae Booker is the one that I like. Mac, I would keep an eye on. He looked good, decent last night. We've heard rumors of possibly Kansas City interested. Could be other teams interested in him. And they could wind up maybe they trade, Hines. I don't think so. I think Mac's closer to kind of like Jonathan Taylor. So Mac could get traded. If you could stash him, maybe do that. Jeff Wilson's another one. If you can stash him now before people, they're on a bye week, and then he should come off the PUP list. I don't really trust San Francisco running backs, but if you're thin, he's one that you could store away because I think he'll start when he gets back. Maybe we can talk about that with Ryan and see what he thinks on Friday. Streaming quarterback options for this week specifically. You got Trevor Lawrence playing the Dolphins, Heineke playing the Chiefs, and Wentz playing the Texans. I think all those are good matchups for those quarterbacks if you just want to stream one for a week. PGA CJ Cup update for me. The weather looks great still. No issues at all. It's going to be beautiful. A little cooler for Vegas out there, but sunny. No rain, no issue. Winds doesn't even look bad. So it's going to be great scoring conditions. Trending highest for me after doing the deep dive and first pool of ownership. Xander, this in no specific order, top 5, Xander, Hovland, Usti, Vegas, and Gooch. It's going to be fairly flat ownership from what there's not going to be anybody that's just monsterly owned, and you're going to have a lot of people between like 14 and 20%, I believe, especially in a limited field event. You got about 70-ish guys that are legit going to get played. Some potential low owned guys that kind of stick out to me after the first run. Let me flip screens here. Answer, I kind of thought he may get over at that price. He burned a lot of people last week, myself included. He could come in lower than especially in that 9K range. Brooks definitely will come in lower in the 9K range. Which I don't get because he played. If I thought he was going to play bad, it would have been last week. He made the cut, didn't do much on the weekend, so maybe people didn't like that. But 9,700. I'll talk about him in a second because he's in the next segment for me. But Spieth is actually, I don't know how. I think he could be one of the lowest in that 10K range. I don't know how low he'll be in total ownership per se, but. I think him and probably DJ is going to be the two lowest. DJ would be because of price. People just don't want to pay up, though, and there's so many good names here, those drop down. And then maybe Spieth, Rory being the cheapest, I think is good. Spieth's in an awkward spot because I think people would just go down to Rory to save $200 or drop down to the 9K range, or that, they can pay $300 for Schauffele, who I think will probably be the highest owned. And then Morikawa, I think will get decent ownership, especially with the narrative of it being his course. So Spieth maybe him or DJ, I think could get squeezed down there a little bit. Matsu, I think will be one of the lowest in the 9K range. Matsu, Answer, Brooks, and then even Sungjae. People don't like going back to the winner. I think those four will all kind of be low in that 9K range. Could be some good pivots. Hovland, the clear, going to be the highest in there, most likely. And then Reed. I don't know if I like Reed, but he's 8K, and him or Fleetwood will probably be the two lowest in the 8K by far. Fleetwood, I don't mind, but he's the 800 more, I think is why that's coming around that way. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Monday redo section. Finau was a guy I didn't really mention. I like Finau in a no-cut event. I like him in any kind of event, but, I definitely like how he's played 11th at the Tour Championship, played good and decent in the Ryder Cup, decent on bent grass putting. So he's a guy, 9,600. I don't think he'll be too high owned. He's a guy that I didn't really talk about. And then the other two I just mentioned in the sleeper section is Brooks. I'll go to a low-owned Brooks. I'll give him chances. For sure. I think he can show up and win. He won this event, 3 years ago, different course, of course. Last year he got a 28th here, which, we want probably a little better than that, but he's one I can be moved on. And then Answer, I'll go to a bounce back week Answer for sure. Fourth in bent grass putting, moved up to 7th after my deep dive already. He was 10th in overall. So I don't mind those guys as guys that I didn't really talk about on Smash Factor. Guys I'm staying strong on still, even after the deep dive. Burns, Cam Smith, Kokrak, Neiman, and then DJ. All guys that I like this week, kind of looking like it's going to be part of the core for me. Winners for the Millie tickets, these are your YouTube handle names because I looked at the comments there. Greg SJ1, Zach R, Antonio Banks, Cam Foreman, Dennis K905. You each will get a Millie ticket for Sunday, or I'll send you. Just send me a DM or a message on Slack or on Twitter, and I'll get you taken care of there. Congrats on those. I will have more, so leave me some comments, starting with this one on who's your favorite play in the 10K. Did I say play or fade? Let me go look. Favorite play in the 10K range this week on for tomorrow for PGA. And then we'll have some more tomorrow, and I'll do some more giveaways as either later this week or next week. Remember, Green 25 gets you 25% off any package right now. Includes a 7-day risk-free trial. So you sign up, you got the price locked in. If you don't like it within 7 days, you cancel, you never see a charge. So no reason not to come give it a try. I really like what we've built and what we got going, and our team is doing awesome right now. I'll have my Cup with Cup tomorrow, which will be final thoughts for PGA. Thursday, I'll have Cup with Gup going over the Thursday night football showdown stuff. And I'll release Coin Flip Thursday evening as well. Main slate coverage there for me. Friday, we got the read option with Bobby Berger. He'll drop that pod. And then me and Ryan will do the pod breaking down every game in the 12-game slate. We try to keep that 45 minutes, no more than an hour. Goal is 45 minutes there, so you guys can listen to that in quicker time. Appreciate you guys. Have some fun tonight with college football, MLB. Looking forward to it. I will be back tomorrow. Good luck this evening and have a blessed evening. Thanks.